Well, good morning. This is Paul Tommey. I'm with Remax, and today I have the privilege of introducing Miranda Mobley. Welcome, Miranda.
Thank you. Hi, Paul.
Hey, Miranda is with Mobley Agency. She and her husband, John, own the local Allstate franchise for many years. But my daughter came up with this, Heather Tommey Weil. She's my assistant and my daughter with this gratitude series last year. And we selected 4 vendors then, and we selected 4 vendors this year. And the Mobley Agency came to the forefront of certainly being considered this year. And I consider them part of my power team. Anyway, we have an icebreaker question for you, Miranda.
Okay.
Are you excited about the Christmas and the holidays?
Oh, I'm so excited. I've been listening to Christmas music and, I have 3 little ones, so I get to enjoy it through them. And we went to Fantasy and Lights the other night, and we are in full-fledged Christmas mode, and it's wonderful. We love it.
Well, especially with kids and grandkids, that keeps it the wonder and the excitement and looking at the gifts. And anyway, what percentage of your Christmas shopping you think you have completed already?
Oh, I'm probably at 90%. And that's because of my husband who pushes me. I'm typically a Christmas Eve scrambler. To me, it really just gets me in that spirit of last minute shopping and kind of the hectic rush, and he is not. And so I guess after 10 years of marriage, he's finally won. And so I've got most of it done. And I actually stayed up till 1 a.m. the other night and wrapped everything. So everything that I have, that 90% is all wrapped under the tree. And I even put bows and ribbons on the presents after I wrapped them. I've never done that before since I've had kids. So, I hate to brag, but I feel like I'm really going strong this year.
With the advent of Amazon, it's so easy. Everything can be drop shipped to your house in a couple of days. You really don't have to go to the brick and mortar stores anymore unless you want to just have the experience. But what is your local target market for your agency?
Yeah, our bread and butter, if you will, is just people who need to insure homes, cars, campers, motorcycles, just everyday folks that you see as you look around. We used to be in a Publix parking lot, and I'd just look out over that parking lot and I'd be like, these are all my customers. Every one of them have a vehicle that they need to protect, and we can help them with that. And that's one thing I love about our agency, is that we are just going for everyday folks. You don't have to have a bunch of property or a bunch of vehicles. So you just need one, and we can help you insure it correctly and understand how the policy works.
Well, what about your licenses? And you go beyond just Muskogee County or the Chattahoochee Valley writing insurance for clients?
That's right. We can do all of Georgia and Alabama. So we have customers all over, down on the coastline in Alabama, all the way up to North Georgia. So anyone in Georgia, Alabama, and for our customers that move back and forth between Georgia and Alabama, we're able to help them through that move and keep servicing them, which is nice.
But don't you have family members that own agencies in Texas as well?
I do. So the funny story is, my husband's uncle was a State Farm agent in this area, Ray Mobley, for many years, 60 years. When we got married, my parents are Allstate agents in Texas. When we got married here in Georgia, I switched everything to State Farm. And it was so hard on my little Allstate heart growing up in an Allstate family, but that was his uncle, and we support family. And so we did it. And I like to say he won the battle, but I won the war, because in 2014, when we opened our Allstate agency, guess whose policies were the first policies that we brought back to the Big Blue? And that was ours. And so we're back where we should have been, in good hands. But no, I'm a fan of any local agency. So I loved our time there. Of course, I love it where we're at now even more. But it's a funny story. So we both come from insurance families, his being State Farm and mine being Allstate. So
great. That's an interesting background. What about your clients? Have they changed, especially with the advent of COVID, about how you do business, or the ramping up of more business with the real estate market? Tell us about that.
Sure. Yes, definitely. We have felt a surge of new customers on the homeowner side. Our homeowners rates are super competitive. We're hard to beat on homeowners, and a lot of people have been buying or refinancing homes. And so we have been very blessed. COVID's been a hard time for a lot of people, and we didn't know what to expect, but we're very thankful that a lot of local lenders and realtors will refer their clients to us to help. And so that was a blessing during a very uncertain time. We worked from home for a while, but we were just thankful we had the ability to do that. But now, now that there are so many of our customers that are permanently working from home, their roles completely shifted. And what used to be commuter vehicles are no longer used hardly at all, since they're working from home. It's been nice to see Allstate make some changes and allow us to update usage and allow us to capture that and rate the policies differently. So it's been a blessing for new customers, and it's also been a blessing because Allstate has allowed us to accommodate people that work from home and try to update their policies to give them the best rate given their new situation. So we've seen a lot of positive during this uncertain time, and we're thankful for that.
Well, we also do property management. So some of my renters need renters insurance. So I know you guys do that as well. But some of my clients will either upsize, downsize, and when people retire, they call it right sizing. They'll reevaluate their policies and they can bundle. And I've had a lot of my clients that have gone to you and been tickled to death with the service and the rates. And some of them even had the big military insurance folks for years and years and years. And they've been pleased with the more coverage for maybe less money as well.
That's right. That's the goal. We appreciate that so much, Paul. We love working with your clients. They come to us with, having been taken care of and just had that white glove experience throughout the process that you all roll out for them. And so we take that seriously, and that's how we operate. We want it to be a good experience. We want to help people actually understand what they're purchasing. And just because they've had the same type of car insurance for 15 years doesn't mean it's the right kind of coverage. And we find a lot of holes, and we find a lot of low limits that they didn't even know. These are people that would have paid more for better coverage if they even knew they had bad coverage to begin with, and they just didn't know. And so we love it when we can give them better coverage, and we love it even more when we can give them that better coverage at a lower rate. It's a lot of fun, and we really love working with your customers and appreciate it.
Terrific. Likewise, y'all have been very professional. One thought I just had was the fact that mortgage interest rates have been low for a good long while. I hope they remain that way for the future. However, a lot of the first-time buyers will say, well, I can afford this much house or that much house, but they forget about it's not only the paying the mortgage back, it's the taxes and the insurance, which are two big line items for that property. So they need to do their homework up front, get pre-approved, check with the real estate company, the insurance company, check what the tax is going to be through their mortgage lender, and all those kind of things make it a lot more likely that they're going to get approved and will close. So, but they need to know, part of what we do is educate people.
Yeah.
Educate, because education and knowledge is power. So tell people how we initially met.
Sure. It was, goodness, it was almost 7 years ago. We met in BNI, which is a wonderful organization, Paul, and for those that may be watching that don't know, it's an organization that brings together business owners, just people focused on growing their business, whether they own it, whether they're a sales representative, whether they're an independent contractor, and it brings us together on a weekly basis to help each other's business. And so we met when I joined that many years ago. I know you were in BNI, one of the founding members of our chapter before I ever joined, but I jumped right in right when we opened our agency in 2014. We opened in October. I joined in December and met you there. And we've both been in the chapter ever since. We're still active members. And it's been a real joy because I have people I can trust that I can refer my clients to help them with when things come up, and it's people I trust. And if I didn't join, I don't think I would have that even to this day. So
exactly. And I'd like to piggyback on that and say you've been a great asset to our Paysetters chapter. Miranda is our president currently. She's the first returning president from a number of years ago. I was the past president with Bo Parker and other people have been president, Jim Lennon, a lot of great quality people, professionals. But I've been selling a long time, but BNI has been my best source of leads, because you'll have 25 or 30 professional vendors and business owners who have their own networking groups from school, work, church, and the neighborhood. So it's really been exponential. It's been a great group. So any listeners out there like to visit, please check with Miranda or I, and you're welcome to visit. We meet every Thursday for the last almost 10 years now. So in summary, not only can you get top-notch service when you call the Mobley agency, they're really passionate about what they do, but the team always goes the extra mile, and that's part of their philosophy, going the extra mile. You get a hometown feel when you go into the office, and you instantly feel part of the Allstate family. So most importantly, you get a local agent who knows the local needs and your concerns. You can look across the table, drop off the paperwork, get it done in expeditious fashion. You're not calling the 1-800 number. So remember the Mobley agency, John and Miranda and their team over there. They're now located where, Miranda? Tell us how to contact you, the best means to contact you.
Sure. We are at the we're at the intersection of Whitesville Road and Veterans Parkway. So right by outskirts, it used to be Sports Page, and the Landmark office suite is where our office is. So anyone that's just wanting a local agent and maybe wants to look at their policies holistically and make sure they have the right coverage, we'd love to have you come by. You can call us. Our phone number is 706-229-7337. My email is just mirandamobley@allstate.com. And then lastly, because I know everyone's writing all this down, our website is just themoblyagency.com, and that gives all of our contact information out there. So we'd love to help folks that maybe don't have a local agent and kind of need that or missing that and just haven't looked at their insurance. This is for some like quiet time of the year, and we would love to get them a head start on all their budgeting and planning that they usually do in January. We can do it right now before the year even starts. Get a head start.
Well, Miranda, best wishes to you and your family for a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And thanks so much for participating in this gratitude series this year, and also being a part of our BNI Pace Setters. And Godspeed, take care, and I wish you well. And thank you so much. I hope you and your family today have the best day ever.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Paul.
Bye-bye.